Another edition of Riding Home.
First home game.
Dean Legge, Dylan Webber, Matt Buries in Vegas.
Lucky him.
Am I going the right way or the wrong way?
Go the wrong way. Take the right. It's telling us not to take a right, but we're taking the damn right. That's the kind of
super aggressive through here. You know what, man? It was fine today. I think they really played well at moments, for sure. And unless that's a cop behind me, I'm turning left. I thought they played, they're just not explosive, this Georgia team. They're just not explosive to me.
I don't know. I mean, DeAndre Swift?
Well,
the George Pickens
they've not
catch?
been super explosive. That was amazing.
James Cook?
Well, James Cook's...
Those are some explosive players.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, the only thing I'm asking is, and they did throw up, how many points before the half? Almost 50?
42, 45, 42.
Whatever it was. That's a lot of points. And it's, you don't score points all the time with big plays. I think the thing is that they're showing that they can do big plays in a way that like last week against Vanderbilt, they kind of ground Vandy out. And the game was over with Vanderbilt quicker last week than this game with Murray State was.
Oh, definitely. Oh, well, I mean, because last week it was 3 touchdowns right off the bat. And then this week, that first few possessions, they
weren't great.
No, I mean, the touchdown was good, the first touchdown. But then what? They give up the sack. I think it's Solomon Kinley gives up the sack.
It's hard for me to see on the field who gives up sacks unless it's completely obvious. I'm looking through a 600 millimeter lens. The guys. I mean, I talked about this in Legge's thoughts. The guys that continue to flash. We've not seen the best of DeAndre Swift yet, and he's had a 150-yard game last week. Today was very, in and out. But their best two backs are probably Zamir and Swift.
Yeah,
this point.
Brian
runs
solid.
Well. He's just not as good as Zamir is.
He just is not the same level of stature or the same stature of Zamir. I mean, Zamir, has a single person brought him down yet? I feel like it's a group of 3
That's a good question.
each time. I mean,
I remember him being, I guess, a little more elusive when he was in high school. Of course, that's in high school.
That was also 2 ACL tears.
It was 2 ACLs ago, but and what he's lacking in that, that spin move to get out of the one tackle today was
really good. Impressive.
But him and Pickens and the offensive line is just looking at you, and it seems like when they do that, you get 3 yards right then. It's not. There's nothing that wows you. Like Trevor Lawrence is a wow guy. T. Higgins, those guys are wow players. So is the running back at Clemson. But with Georgia, that's not really the way they are. No, I'm not suggesting one is better than the other.
No,
they're steadier.
It's which one wins football games for you, and which one, it's just a philosophy.
You know what wins football games for me? Turning left when you're supposed to turn left. That's really not that hard. We're gonna miss this light now.
They're scared to turn.
It's a cop. It's not a big deal.
It's 2 lanes.
Jeez.
But I mean, they've never been explosive in that sense. I mean,
Miko Hardman's explosive.
That's true, but I mean the way the offense that they run, the way they do it. I mean, Kirby over and over again. It's ground and pound. They want to wear you out, and that's
they do. I mean, there comes a point. Last week against Vanderbilt, it came in the first quarter. This week against Murray State, it came in the second quarter. In Notre Dame, it might be the fourth quarter. I thought Notre Dame, in watching them play Louisville, I thought they played okay. I mean, I didn't think it was the end of the world the way that they gave up some of the run game that they did. I just don't know if they were. I'm not sure anyone in college football is going to be completely ready for the Clemson offense, the Georgia offense, the Oklahoma offense, and I'm sure I'm leaving someone out here. Oh, the Michigan offense, because they're lighting it up. The way that Georgia plays, they get you in a phone booth. Well, sometimes they get you in a phone booth, and then sometimes they swing it out to their fast guys.
Yeah, I mean, today when Swift had the edge, it just always seemed like game over. I mean, it didn't seem like he needed an offensive line. It just seemed like he just needed to run around everyone.
Murray State was relatively physical, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of football games. I thought they were pretty physical myself, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're going up against Andre the Giant out there. There's just I don't. Ohio State looked okay today too. And I think that there's the top teams definitely look the part for sure. Texas A&M, a 14-point loss that was maybe slightly more. That's not a left-hand turn. What is so hard here?
They're driving with their hazards on. What is happening?
It's not a game you should be, this confused after it for traffic purposes. I mean, it's 9:15.
Yeah.
The game ended 2 hours ago. I think this is a good Georgia team. I think it is more than capable of winning a national championship. It's just that a lot of the discussion we're going to have in September until they play Notre Dame is going to be completely speculative in every way. It's hard to take what you saw here and know for sure what you're getting in 2 weeks. The fumble for Eli Wolf, they said it was unacceptable. He got the shit knocked out of him.
Yeah, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Should almost never fumble the football, but that...
but he got stood up by one guy.
And then just from behind.
This was not a standard, why is the ball not high and tight situation. It was you got your shit rocked, it happens. That's what I thought. But no, you don't want, but this group seems to be, J.R. Reese said play to a standard 4 times in a row today.
They're indoctrined.
But I tell you what, though, the one time that they don't play to a standard, will anyone ever point that out? Probably not, because they're scared to death of them, I guess. I'm not sure.
What do you mean? Like, tell them, hey, did you play? You didn't play your standard?
Yeah, will someone say, hey, look, this isn't the standard that these guys have set? Now, that's not been an issue this year. But against Texas, that was definitely not the way Georgia's standard had been set. Oh. And they heard about it the whole offseason.
Yeah,
Are you tired? That sun will kill you. You weren't even in the sun.
No, but
that was brutal, dude.
These are long days.
That was brutal.
And I had a long night, and I didn't get much sleep.
Well, that's someone else's fault.
Maybe it was
not mine.
You don't know my personal life. Maybe it was.
Nor do all of our thousands of listeners. But I'm sure they're more interested all of a sudden. I'm sure it was more interesting than that football game today.
Yeah, no. Today was better than I thought it would be, entertainment-wise, for the game.
Cade Mays looks like he really wants to strangle someone every time he's out there, man.
Yeah, no, he
really looks not happy.
He is a mean man. He kind of...
Like Isaiah Wilson seems much nicer. Now, I know those two are buddies there.
And Cade seems like a really nice guy off the field.
I'm just saying.
Whenever we talk to him, and when I've talked to him before, he's a really nice guy and easygoing, but, on the field, he is a mean son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's mean.
I don't want to say he plays dirty.
No, but he's going to give you a little bit extra.
Oh, yeah.
You want a little bit more mustard? Okay.
The ball will be on the other side of the field, and if he has a chance to hit you, he's going to hit you just because he can.
Well,
he's one of those guys.
Play till the whistle blows, bro. The echo of the whistle kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he definitely... The person that was most upset with the pick six was Cade Mays. He was pissed. And Kirby just told Stetson Bennett, hey, you're too early. You're too late. You're just too late. I guess, I don't know if it was with the read. Are you really cold?
My hand's cold. It's right here. I'm sorry. Did that disrupt your train of thought?
No, it's okay. We had to do, like you say, it took a three takes tonight.
What was the issue?
3 takes.
Well, you forgot the receiver, right?
No. Oh, man.
I bet if we did Webber's thoughts, it would be just one go.
No one would listen to Webber's thoughts.
People want to hear him.
First of all, is it Webber or Webber?
What do you...
are y'all German, or...?
No, not at all. One B's are German.
See,
the 2 B's are not.
You got the defense mechanism up immediately. You know quickly.
Well, because I've had this conversation before. First of all, a lot of people would listen. In fact, it might be better for dog posts.
With Webber's thoughts?
Oh, yeah.
What would you discuss right now?
Maybe about how I'm hungry. I haven't had that.
I am starving. I'm straight up starving. And I ate at a restaurant today at noon. I watched Ohio State. I watched Maryland kick the shit. If the second best team in the ACC is Syracuse, then a mid-level Big Ten team just beat them by 100 at home.
Is Maryland good at football?
I don't think anyone cares, honestly.
Well, if they're good, people are going to care.
No, they're not.
Why?
No, what fan base is at Maryland?
Mark Weiser.
That's it. That's all.
I don't know.
No one's going to care.
But if they're good...
No one wants Maryland to be good at football.
I mean, no, I'm not dying for Maryland to be good at football.
Like, what if you're Michigan right now?
Oh, then you should be freaking out.
Yeah.
That's scary. To be fair, though, Army can cause a little issues.
Hey, I mean, Oklahoma beat them in overtime last year. You know, played in the semifinals. We were led to believe Oklahoma was good. Now, I mean, it'll all get washed away if they beat Ohio State. But I got to tell you, these 2 weeks doesn't look like they're going to be beating Ohio State to me. I don't know that Ohio State will lose in the Big Ten. Well, they always lay an egg, it seems like.
Yeah.
But, you know.
They got to watch out for the Purdue's of their schedule.
And that's why I thought I was a little skeptical Clemson would lose today. I don't really listen to programs anymore because it's such stupidity. But I'm assuming some people picked A&M. That's a road game across the country against the number 1 team in the country. That's not the type of team that Clemson has been losing to of late. They have been losing to the Syracuses of the world, like people like Pitt. I mean, they don't. You got to sneak up on them, and you can. They proved that over time. But A&M, I mean, I don't think you really make any determinations. I saw Clemson's defense live. I think their defense is pretty good. I don't know if that means anything to A&M, but it does mean you don't even score 10 points. You know, one of them on the last play of the game. That's not great if you're A&M.
Yeah.
And they still have the rest of their season to go.
I mean, just offensively, they did not look good.
LSU. Clemson's defense is good. LSU, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. They could lose all those games. They could be 7-5 at the end of the season. Could be.
You think they would at least win one of those games?
Yeah, but they could lose to
whatever, Auburn.
I don't know. They could lose to Auburn. I doubt it though. Well, you never know though. I mean, we don't know much still coming out of these 2 weeks. I mean, I think it's clear to me that Clemson is your 1, probably Alabama and Georgia are your 2 and your 3. Ohio State looks as good as Georgia and Alabama, frankly.
Agreed. In fact, they might. People probably don't like this, but they might have looked better than Georgia these past 2 weeks. Man, not by much. I think it's really close.
Offensively, you could say that, but
offensively for sure.
They gave up a pile of points to Florida Atlantic. I mean,
they did.
Georgia's defense. Has Georgia's defense allowed a touchdown?
One today, yeah.
So 1 today.
Yeah.
So 2 games, 1 touchdown. I mean, they allowed at least 3 touchdowns to Florida Atlantic. I mean, that's not what you want either. So, no, I think Ohio State looks good for sure. I've not seen Oklahoma. They allow too many points, I have to say. And then also, I've literally not watched Alabama yet this season, so maybe they don't look as so hot. But I think everybody knows what Alabama is about.
Yeah, I haven't really watched much of them either. But
I think you have a clear group of 6, maybe, and maybe the winner of Texas LSU tonight, maybe.
I would say they're right on the cusp.
Right, throw them in there as well. But Georgia looks good now. I mean, there's nothing to be worried about necessarily yet. And I asked Jake today as we wrap up, are you ready to go if you have to? He said, yeah, man, I'm a football player. I can, whenever I'm called upon, I can do the job. He was 10 of 11 today. I don't think he's going to be, but maybe 6 of 8 next week. And then, that's going to be it for that. He's going to be done. So, riding home, wrapping up. We will catch y'all on the flip side. Dean Legge, Dylan Webber, thanks for listening.